We got Gary and what was her name again? Diane? Hey, on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Present,
Barely hear you.
present.
Gary, can you talk?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
No, can't hear you at all. Oh.
Really?
That's why I want.
What's
I
that
know the name of
boinging
that song.
noise?
Diane can hear me fine.
Okay, that's better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Can you hear me? Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. All right. Need to add anything? Agenda? Clean Diesel Grant Program. All right, the board, you want to, do we have 3 signatures on the minutes? We can approve the minutes, right?
No, I'm working on that right now.
Table that for right now. Board signed payroll manifest. We're gonna take off of the agenda the federal excess property agreement at this time, so that we can review that. We have one appointment form that we signed. This is for a alternate planning board member. We signed one elderly abatement. Intent to cut up on Beauty Hill Road. Agreement for the Hill minor subdivision. They had a site plan, but around the some of the lots, there was some excessive wetlands. So the planning board decided that they were going to have another engineer come in, evaluate, assess the water, and what kind of impact clearing the lots was going to have on that.
Where is that?
I'm sorry?
Where is that?
That's Hillsgrove property. It's up on White Oak Road,
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks.
just past Loudon Road, on the left hand side. By Mr. Hillsgrove, so I'm not sure what we're signing. What are we signing?
There, I
Yeah, there was something on there for it.
think one side is for the board.
Right, yeah, okay, so I'll need a motion to sign that engineering agreement.
So
I'll make
moved.
a motion, the chair sign the engineering agreement.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, we also have the New Hampshire Clean Diesel Grant application. I think that's all put together now. I will need a motion to sign that as well.
I'll make a motion to sign.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 A new business, we got municipal traffic counter request, and that's for Coles Ledge Road. I believe it's for the bridge construction. didn't understand on the application or the paperwork, it said number of counts, 1 to 6. Is that 100 or 1,000 or just one? Did you see what you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's a type of counts. They have 6 different type. You could do traffic only, you could do foot in traffic. There were different categories, and so we requested, I think, just traffic, vehicle.
Okay, so that's what it means by the 5.
Yes, they had 5 different categories.
I
Yep.
thought it was $125 a count. I was like,
Oh,
what the
no.
heck is that?
Is this something you have to do for the grant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of curious as to what number that would be, actually. The traffic flow.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly.
We had a highway department resignation. Actually, we had 2 of them, right? Chris and resignations at department, but we filled the position as well. So, so agreement was voted on by the planning board. Yes, some of the things that we're waiting on is the road to be destroyed.
Breaking up.
Hello?
You are breaking up. I can't understand you.
I can't either.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah,
Much better.
So the subdivision agreement was signed by the planning board. There's a couple of things that are still left on the, that need to be done or completed. One is the bond on the road. The amount of money requested for the bond, I think needs to be discussed as far as how much we're gonna want on that. And that's probably some information that George can help us with as well. I think the board was looking at like 250,000. But we thought that that might be a little low. So maybe we can get some input from you, George. Sure, why not?
I honestly think 250 is too low.
You think it's too
This-
low?
Way too low, because
Okay.
this day and age, I mean, with the prices of everything, if they stave that road up, we're not gonna get halfway up Chapel Corner Road if they stave it up, fixing it,
All right.
or any of them. I mean,
Now, remember too, there's $50,000 that's put into a security
right,
type deposit. And that's supposed to be used for if something accidentally happens later on or something that we didn't
Right.
anticipate or whatever comes along, that we can have that to do some repairs.
right.
You feel that that's enough?
Honestly, I would rather go a little bit higher,
Yeah.
because, I mean, it's quite iffy, those roads. Yes, it's been repaved, redone,
Mhm.
but you start getting truck after truck after truck going up there. And they're not gonna be loaded light.
And
You know,
that's
and-
a 5-year
I know it is.
deposit too. They don't get that back for 5 years.
So, I mean, if we, honestly, 350 probably would do it,
350?
Yeah.
And then more on the
and more on the other.
like 75
Yes.
maybe and
Yep.
350?
I just don't want, the taxpayers to have the burden if this road gets stove up. It's not fair to them.
Right. And it's hard to anticipate what's going to happen up there or how fast it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to have that money in the reserve.
Absolutely.
anyways.
Yep.
It's also gonna have to be from the select board. A driveway permit approval for that class 6 road.
Yep.
What is that, John something?
That's John Brown Road.
John Brown Road?
We want to make sure we take a good look.
Yeah. I haven't been down it, but I'm gonna have to take a ride down. Because that hasn't seen any work for years and years. So,
The last trip down I took, it wasn't that bad. It looked pretty decent.
Yep.
There was one area in there that's before where they want to put the driveway that's pretty wet.
Yep.
We weren't able to find out where the water's coming from.
there's out in there, in that where his subdivision's going.
Yeah.
It's pretty wet out in there and it all sheds right that way.
Okay, so we'll have to take a look at that when the time comes.
Yep.
And then, but as far as that, I mean, I think he's been approved for 8 lots. Right there, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it might be 6 lots. Not sure off the top of my head.
Okay.
We had a lot going on in the planning board the last few months. We do have the agreement, but I think the board's probably going to spend a little bit of time looking at it.
I would
Um,
take a lot of time to
We'll
look
pick
at
that apart. We'll probably bring that back up for discussion. Got that all right, Karen?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, George. Are there any miscellaneous items that we need to discuss?
I was approached about the select board providing a blurb for the banner for the newspaper that they're, the new thing that they're putting out, just to update people on what we're doing and stuff. I don't think it's a bad idea, just putting a little something together for the banner. Is that what it is, the Barnstead banner?
Oh, that's the library?
The libraries, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to take a stab at it and give it to Karen to make sure that it's
Done.
good.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Oh,
Next.
gee, guys.
All right. Any public announcements? Gary, you got nothing?
I don't believe so. There is a space needs meeting coming up, I believe, next week sometime or the following week. But they're just planning that tonight, so I think it's next week. I don't have anything else right now. Parks concerts went really well, very well. Once I get a little better here, we can get started on the gazebo down there and get that up and going, see what we can get going there.
I had a quick question. Did we update in the newspaper that the public hearing is not on the 13th?
Yes, a new posting will be out in the next paper. And
Okay.
so you'll be addressing that on the 20th. So part of public announcement for anybody listening, September 13th, the board will not be meeting because it's election day, which will take place up at the Barnstead Elementary School, and the board will be there all day.
And we should probably make sure that we're getting the information out to everybody in the town that the elections have moved to the elementary school. I don't know if the town moderators already gotten that information, but we should probably make sure that it's splashed everywhere.
Right, right. I don't know what we have for Do we got some signs or anything that we can put out at the intersections?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Maybe we could get, if someone has like an electric sign. I don't know if the police has an electric sign or something where they could put, elections will be at the elementary school,
well,
either at
somebody has it. I don't
126
know
or
who has
something.
it.
Yeah, I think someone has one if they can get the signs out to let people know. We should get it out, sooner rather than later.
Yes, I believe Parks and Rec put it on the sign out at the corner of 126 and 28 that it says voting at the elementary school. So I believe
Okay, perfect.
that's
It's already
already,
there?
I think she just put it up this weekend.
Really? Oh, there's
And I
nothing.
could probably drive by it 50 times and I won't notice.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I had a short meeting with Nancy today about the election up at the school and the placement of things and where she was thinking to put people, where to put signs and traffic flow as well as foot flow. So we should be all set up there. I think it's really going to work out well. Be a little bit bigger too,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think it'll be great.
The turnout probably won't be overly huge. So it'll be a good time to practice for November. And then hopefully everything works out and we can continue to use it. Because this is a 1-year trial for the school board. So. All right. Police chief department head meeting. All right. Chief, you want to come up?
See a couple of updates. Police department finally received their live scan machine, which is an automated fingerprint system machine. So now that residents and future employees can come to the police department and get their fingerprints taken rather than go to Concord to have it done. The only thing we need to set up is we need to set up how these people have to pay for the fingerprints. So they're not free, and it's not on our account, but the FBI and the state of New Hampshire charges, each charge a portion. I want to believe it's like $43. So we have to set that up through the state, and then that'll save our residents having to go down to Concord and our future employees to get this done. So for those of you who don't know really what it is, the automated fingerprint system is hooked up directly to the FBI, and it'll come back. In other words, if you give me a false name, if we arrest you, it'll come. If you've been arrested before, it'll automatically populate on the screen that you're lying to us, and this is who you really are. And it also brings up the criminal record on that particular individual. So a great tool to have. We're very fortunate to have one. Not every police department, in fact, few police departments in the state have it. So we're lucky enough to have that. So we just rolled that out. We had training the other day, and like I said, the only other piece we need to put together is having to take payments for the state on this. We've got that. I'm happy to report that the ice cream program was a success the other day. We worked with a bunch of members from the Barnstead Helpers Group. We handed out about 70 backpacks filled with school supplies, maybe 300 ice creams, and it was a real good time. It was received real well by the community. In fact, that day we got a total of $1,226 in donations that I'd like to present to the board to put into the ice cream fund. Paula Penny and her sister donated $100. A friend of mine, Sean Walsh from Encore Strategies, donated $500. Stephen Byers donated $500. Mary Jane Driscolley donated $100. A young lady during the event gave me $7. Another gentleman the other day who wasn't even in this community, and when I was bringing the truck to town, saw the truck, loved it, gave me $20. And that's what we have to put into the fund. It's been well received by everybody. I also, just today, a friend of mine who actually did the graphics on the truck came to my home and brought me these ice cream cards. These are going to be handed out to kids. There's an expiration date of October 31st. It's for one free ice cream, and they're going to be on the back of it. It says Barnstead Police Department Ice Cream Program, a community partnership, and it's got the officer's name on it. This is exactly what we have written on the side of the truck. So it's just another way that our officers can connect with children in the community. So we've got a bunch of these we'll be handing out as well. So
You have a, like a donation jar or anything like that you put out, or you just,
no,
kind of
just-
winging it?
I don't have a donation job. People see it on social media. People hear about it. Sometimes, you know, I'm out somewhere doing something with the truck. People want to give donations. You know, we'll accept them, and then I'll bring them here. I'll give them to Karen. We put it in the ice cream fund account, just for the future of the program, taking care of the truck and taking care of you know, buying the ice cream and things of that nature.
Karen, do we need a motion?
Oh, to accept the funds?
Yeah, to put it in the ice cream fund.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll
Okay.
make a motion that we accept the funds that were presented to the chief into the ice cream fund.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Aye. The pictures looked great.
Thank you.
Everyone looked like they were having a great time this weekend.
Everybody had a good time.
Thanks to you and all the officers for putting in the time.
Thank you. So what I'd like to do, there were a lot of people that were involved in putting this truck together. People from the community who donated. We've got a list of people who donated to people who actually helped build the truck. So I'm thinking sometime at towards the end of September, I'd like to have a recognition ceremony for these people here at one of the meetings. And then I've got some, I'm going to have some plaques made up for some of the individuals who went the extra mile to actually help make this all happen.
How many people is that, Steve, you know? Well,
20 people, probably 30 people, 20 or 30 people donated. There's a handful of people who actually worked on the truck, building it and getting it to where you see it today.
Well, looking what it started at and what it looks like now is amazing.
Yes, it was a lot of work. The truck was stripped down, totally stripped down. And honestly, I mean, I had a vision. I thought it was a diamond in the rough when I saw it. And, you know, it really came out nice. Really came out nice.
cool.
That's all I have.
How difficult is that thing? Is everybody trained on it right now? Or can
Yeah.
everybody be trained on it?
Yeah, everybody's been trained on it. There's a couple little kinks that we have to work out,
Yeah,
but everybody's been trained on the machine.
all right. And you say that's like $42 to run it through the FBI?
I
Now,
think
is
it's
that,
$43. That's what our employees or anybody that goes down to the state pays. Unfortunately, I thought we were gonna have to, that was gonna get waived, but it's not. They're still gonna have to pay that
But-
fee.
but the people that are arrested don't have to pay?
They don't have to pay.
Wait a minute, how's that work? Something don't sound right with that. All right. Anybody got anything else for the chief? Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Chief.
George, you got something you want to share with us?
all kinds of good things. Stay there. All right. First of all, we got a truck in the shop, truck 2. We sent it last week. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a transmission problem or a computer problem. I haven't heard anything from Liberty International.
They picked it up already, right?
I had it hauled down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that went last Wednesday.
last Wednesday. Okay.
Yep. I believe it was Wednesday. So as soon as I hear, I'll have more answers, but I'm hoping it's nothing too serious. I'm hoping it's just maybe a computer glitch. But while it's there, there's a few other things that I want them to look at because it's blowing black smoke. So we got to take care of that. So I told them to look at that while it's in there. So,
George, is this the trouble truck?
yep, it is. It's been a trouble truck for years. So I don't know. I mean, this thing has had more problems. It spent more time on a low bed than it has driving down the road, I think. So see what we're gonna do. I don't know. So
Well, we'll
that,
see what he comes back with anyways.
right. So that being said, I don't know what's gonna happen with it.
How old is that truck?
2012,
Not even that old.
but it's just, you get one out of a batch that just,
Made on a Friday.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll have some answers this week. The final paving on North Barnstead Road and Holmes Road happened last Thursday. That's done. I'm waiting for them to come up and do shoulder gravel, hopefully the end of this week. And then those will be complete. So,
I noticed you had to go out and do quite a bit of grading the other day.
yeah.
After the rain.
Mother Nature just decided, well, we'll give you a little bit of rain, but it came all at
It
once.
came hard.
So we had, quite a few, it didn't really nothing big washouts, but, scouring the roads, taking the edges out. So yeah, we spent yesterday putting gravel out. There's a few small spots, but we can handle those because I'm going to start my fall grading here in another 2 weeks.
Was there any
So-
major washouts that you didn't anticipate on or?
Not really. Your typical spots, I got tomorrow, Danny's gonna go out and take the backhoe and just kind of back drag some of them, to get ahead of some that we haven't got to.
Mhm.
And that should take care of them. I think there's 3 more spots left, so he'll do that tomorrow morning. And then mower's running. Yep, mower's running every day. Gonna leave it be this year and hopefully we can do it next year. And finish that one off. Pave it while we're doing it. I'd like to do them this fall, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time. We got a lot of other stuff going on. If we can, I will. I do have the culverts in place. I have them at the shop.
Those culverts on the Parade Hill Road cause you enough problems in the wintertime. So that I would think you might want to take care of them before winter sets in.
Well, I'm gonna try to. Like I said, I have them. If I can just, I'm losing a guy, until we find somebody else. Now we're down another guy. So I'm looking at, hopefully I can, while I'm doing my fall grading, I can send 2 or 3 guys to do those and get those done. And maybe start, maybe I can get them all. I don't know. There's a lot of pipe to put in the ground. But it's just, it's a matter of help and time.
How many people on your staff are certified to install culverts now?
Just me after I lose that one guy. I was gonna send two guys, and when we made out the paperwork, I had Chris, call it in and everything, but it ended up being like go back and get recertified. So them two guys I was gonna send have never been, so I couldn't send them. They usually have another class in October, so I'm hoping they do. If they do, then I'll send two more guys to be certified.
Would think that would be a
So-
priority.
Yeah, it is. It is, and, this year they haven't done many of those classes. So
There's quite a few culverts on Province Road or Parade Hill.
Parade Hill, yes. Yeah, we get ready to do those. I might, rent another excavator for a couple of days and run one myself and take a crew and try to wipe them all out in a week, if we can. So,
How many go across the road?
oh God,
There's quite a few still?
I think there's 5 or 6 cross culverts there,
Okay.
plus a catch basin
Right.
that we got to put in.
George, have you lined up anybody to do your blasting on Strickland Road?
Yep, that'll be happening in another couple of weeks. I'm just waiting for a phone call. He said probably second week of September.
Okay.
So-
Is that firm enough so that I can share it with
Absolutely.
some of the residents up
Yep,
there?
absolutely,
Okay, thanks.
absolutely. Other than that, we've been ditching, doing a lot of ditching. Right now, we're headed towards the Boy Scout camp. We got halfway there today. So tomorrow we should finish that section down there, that whole section, and be out of there. That'll be done
Where are you dumping your fines this year?
everywhere. Whoever needs it.
Okay,
There's a lot of holes being filled in town. So,
How's your new administrator assistant doing?
awesome,
Yeah?
awesome.
Got everything all straightened out up there?
Oh, yeah. Take a look. Come out and take a look.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did Chris
she-
work with her quite a bit or?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he trained her. She actually gave him a compliment and said he's a really good trainer. So,
Cool.
she's got it under control. This afternoon, we were down on Province Road ditching, and she showed up with ice cream and Gatorade. I said, wow. Nothing against you, Pete. I didn't see you truck. But yeah, she did, which I thought was very nice of her.
Cool.
I offered to pay her out of my pocket. She said no.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
so that's that. I want to kind of skip over to winter. I know I brought this up a while back about maybe hiring a private truck to plow Lock Lake.
Mhm.
I really think might be a good idea. Because right now I'm a guy down. I don't know if we're going to get anybody right now at this time of the year. So I'd like to hire, a truck. You got a plow and a wing and a spreader on it. It's all ready to go. So
For Lock Lake.
to do Lock Lake and Beecham Road, Brindle Pond, that area.
And that's a 6-wheeler usually or?
Yeah, he's got a 10-wheeler, which I was in there last year with a 10-wheeler plowing.
Okay.
And you can get in and out of there pretty good with it.
How's your budget, George?
I had Kathy check today. I have 7,000 in my budget to hire. 7,342, I think.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we're still gonna try and fill that position.
We
though,
still have to fill it, yeah. I'm hoping we can find somebody. I don't know,
Right?
you know, I think you put an ad in, right? You're going
Yeah,
to.
do we have an ad in yet? Yeah.
So, one more thing. I met last night with the Birchwood Hideaway representative from there about that intersection of Birchwood, Red Oak Lane and West Lot.
Yes.
Okay, they've got a meeting on Sunday with the directors, board of directors. It's in the works right now. They've already talked to a contractor and they want to reconfigure that whole intersection, put culverts in. If they have to put in catch basins or whatever they will, or the retention ponds to slow that water down and get it out into the ditch line where it needs to go. And so I told him, I said, you get your end of it done, then I'll come in and I'll take that culvert back out that was put in, hopefully be able to salvage it and put it back in, then rip wrap that ditch line, both sides, going up and down West Law to try to
Okay.
stop this whole mess. So they're gonna, once he has their meeting, and he's gonna call Karen and set up to get on the agenda to come in and get you guys up to speed on what's going on. So things are moving forward there.
Just one more thing on North Barnstead Road,
Yeah,
just before Georgetown.
yeah. There's a,
You got that swell down there.
yeah,
There is a pond that develops.
every time it rains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not at the end of Georgetown. It's that
No,
other
it's
little
right-
road,
It's right in that
right
little
before
valley.
it.
Yep,
and that crosses the street.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
it does.
it ponds pretty good. That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Was
It-
the other day.
It does it.
Do you know
Every time
why
you get a
it's
heavy
doing that?
rain.
Or is there anything we can do to, I guess it's been happening for a while.
It's been happening a
I
long
just-
time.
yeah.
I don't know if we could put a catch basin there, but then you got to get an easement. Hopefully there's a place where you could send that pipe across.
Mhm,
And then you get the problem with Half Moon Lake.
right,
So you can't send it the other way because it's a hill on the right side.
right. That's all hillside right there.
You know, so there's only one way that can go. Just short of building that road up to get rid of that problem.
Uh-huh.
And we don't want to get into that.
No, I know. Okay,
So. All right, that's about it, I guess. Should be enough. It's about a novel now.
anybody have any other questions for George? No?
No,
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Jeff.
Have a good night.
Thanks. Okay. All right, I'm gonna open up public input at 5:50. Come on up, yes.
I'm Lori Marr from representing in 68 Hours of Hunger. And Heather Brown as well. About 2 weeks ago, we received a letter from Tim Broderick from the SAU letting us know that we had until August 29th to be out of the school because of space needs issues, which kind of put us in a really difficult position because school didn't start this week. And we have nowhere to go. And this is when we do all our food drives with businesses and things like that. So we reached out to TL Stora. We reached out to Maple Street Church again. We've reached out to several people in the community, which we've already reached out to them before. And everybody is pretty much in the same situation. Either they got pest issues, they don't have space for us, or whatever. So I called Karen, August, I think 17th, I think it was. I'm not sure. I think it was. And I asked her about the Hool property. And I said, N68 is desperate right now. We need a place to go. So do you think we could use the selectmen? You could talk to the selectmen and see if we could use the Hool property. And we would be willing, you know, to pay the electricity and pay a little bit of rent. I guess they changed the rules with N68, which I didn't know about until just a few days ago. That we can, because of COVID, and when we went through COVID, they changed how they do business. So if we do have the money, although we'll have to fundraise to sustain the money, that we could use some of the money to pay for storage or rent somewhere to, but not a lot. That was very clear. It had to be very low cost. So I talked to Karen about it. She said that she had two people that were interested in it. One was, she didn't tell me, but I found out who it was because I talked to them. And the police chief wanted to use it. So I said, okay. I says, it's really important, Karen, that the Board of Selectmen know that N68 is a program that serves on average between 31 and 36 kids per week. And we anticipate that that is going to increase based on issues with inflation and food prices and stuff like that. So it's a program that helps a lot of families in town. And I really don't want to, it's already put on hold, the program, because we have nowhere to go. And we can't buy food and store it. And I found out from the local storage areas that they don't want to have us put food in there. So we thought that was going to be an option. We called 3 of them in the local area and no such luck. So the only place that will let us go is a storage unit is Loctite Storage in Farmington, which will be very difficult for us to pack bags, bring them all the way to Barnstead, or we have delivery drivers, whatever. So this is kind of like an emergency situation for us. And we need a place to go. We had a few other people that in town that also messaged me and said, what about the fire station and the parade? So I said, I will certainly ask the selectmen if, you know, they want to help us any way, shape or form, but we really need help. We don't want to see this program go under. It really does serve a lot of families, and we worked really hard to get the program where it is today. And we're hoping that you will consider letting us use it. I know that Dawn, I also talked to Ethel. She told me that Dawn was interested in using it because the food pantry's struggling. So I called Dawn, had a meeting with her and said, do you want to share expenses? You know, what can we do to work together? She said, we're not interested at all in the Hool property. We're looking at where Mike's Meats is. We're looking at Dudek's property.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the property where the flower thing used to be, right on 28. She says, but definitely, no, we're going to figure this out on our own. And I said, okay, I just wanted a couple, Karen told me to call you, Ethel told me to call you. I said, I just wanted to, you know, see where we stand with you and what we can do to share things together. And she said, we're not interested in the Hool property. I said, okay. So here we are.
How much space did you have at the school? Physical space?
We used the Jason Hunt's office, which also was like a little conference area, and I don't know what the square footage of that. Do you know the square footage?
No, but in reference to location of the building, it's literally as you walk in the lobby, it would be that office that's right there on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
And we didn't even have to utilize the entire room necessarily. You know, because we just have shelves up against the walls and we would use the table in there to pack the bags.
So it sounds like you don't really need a building, you just need some space.
We have 4 large metal shelves that we put food on. And we need a table to pack the bags. We have 2 small plastic shelves that we put bags and our manual and our stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have about 2 small shelves and four large metal shelves. So we just need space and
Did you check with, I mean, I'm just throwing it
no,
out there.
throw it
but
out there because
did
it's
you
been all
check-
over social media that we're desperate for space.
Did you check with the Legion?
I have not, but I think we talked to them before, and the problem with them was I guess they don't use it during the winter, and we need it for the winter.
Well, it's heated during the winter, I know that.
Well, I was told it wasn't,
Oh, okay.
so that's what I was told.
What about the garden bar across from Dollar General?
You know, I've messaged that woman probably about 20 times, and I've never gotten a response from her.
Is it Gail you're messaging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I've reached out to
Okay.
lots of people, and Rob Ellis, they would love to welcome us, but the problem right now is they have a severe pest issue, so they can't have any food storage there right now. So, but he said possibly the future. So that's a future thing, but right now we've got a program on hold that, you know, serves a lot of families in this town. And so we need help.
Have you approached Lock Lake to use where the former Patriots Pizza was?
Yes, we have.
And what did they say?
No.
Why? I
We
mean,
approached pretty much everybody in town.
Okay.
All the
they can't
churches.
charge more than like $200 rent, so I'm very surprised. When did you actually approach it? Because maybe the new board, since the new board formed.
The board
I-
was approached, yeah.
I actually had reached out to them as soon as we received the email notification from the superintendent. So within the last 2 weeks, right before they had their budget meeting,
Okay.
I was told point blank at that point, we just don't have any space for you, but we'll still bring it up in the meeting. And then even after the meeting, it was, we just have no space for you, which, you know, there is an entire building not being used, but maybe they've got some plans that none of us really know about right now. You'll have to excuse me. I've had laryngitis for the last few days, so. So I, you know, between what Lori's done and what I've done myself, we literally have contacted every human being on the face of the planet, or at least in the Barnstead area, for assistance. You know, because we use the food bank, we are not allowed to do it out of the residence. So even if some kind-hearted
Right.
citizen had space, we wouldn't be able to use that
Yeah,
space.
like somebody's barn or something like that, probably couldn't use.
It would have to be located in.
Did you check with the library? You did? They don't have any space here?
I've talked to a lot of people. but,
All
I
right.
mean, everybody has space issues. So, I mean, I knew that property was sitting there and I knew nobody was using it. I know that we would have to put space heaters there or something, you know, but it's a place that we could at least go temporarily. And or the parade, the fire parade. At least it would be temporarily until we can find a permanent home. But right now, this program's on hold and nobody's gonna get served until we
Okay.
find a home.
All right.
So we're hoping that you guys, as a board, will help us out. Help the program out.
All right.
So that's kind of where we're at right now for N68.
Okay. So, I don't know, well, I guess the board can talk about it a little bit more. Maybe we can find find something or we'll work something out, but I'd hate to see anything happen to the program myself too, you know?
And just is, we don't need access to this. Obviously, we need to be able to get in and out of it, but we're only, I go in, I'm at the program, so typically what I do when, and drop supplies or groceries off. Then on Thursdays, I go in long enough to pack the bags. And then usually on Friday mornings, I go in, retrieve the bags and bring them to the elementary school for driver pickup, if that's still an option. If it's not, then obviously the drivers we need to make alternate arrangements as far as location goes to pick the bags up. They could just pick them up from wherever they're located, but
All right.
We have two.
Give her the mic.
And I know the school, is sad about it, but they have space needs and they
They do. I mean, have some
yeah,
serious
we
shortages
understand
up
that.
there.
So we get it. We just care about the families. It's really about the families.
Mhm.
And this program now is on hold. So, because we work mostly with the social worker. So that's kind of where we're at, and we're hoping that maybe you guys with tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday, the school, the maintenance people at the school are getting a truck and a trailer, and they're helping us. They're going to move our stuff for us into a storage unit. And the program's going to get put on hold until we can find a home. Because we can't buy food, we can't do anything. And we have food over there. I have no idea what we're going to do with it. We might have to I don't know what we're going to do. I'm so perplexed about the whole thing. So I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of where we're at. So as of Thursday, yeah.
All right.
So anything
Hopefully we'll be able to find something.
we've tried. You are our last hope. So we're hoping that, you guys can talk about it and maybe help us in some way.
All
Help
right.
the program, not us.
Right.
Doesn't affect us, just affects the families. Yeah.
Several years ago.
Yeah.
They initially costed them up to $3,000.
A month.
They couldn't handle it, couldn't take the staff away from their jobs, it was, bringing a cost increase on the school. So they asked others to come in and take care of it.
That was me and Brittany.
We basically,
Right. Okay.
we spent about 3,000.
We've decreased the amount of money we spend. So we've done very well with the program and helping the families, and we've done well managing it. So we're really sad to see this happen. So I'm really praying and hoping that you consider letting us use either the whole property or the Barnstead Parade Fire Station is what we're asking.
Can I ask a question? Now, does Alton, same program?
They do, and I emailed Alton about sharing space,
Yeah.
and she emailed me back just yesterday, I think it was, and she said they barely have space for themselves. Believe me,
Where are they at?
they're in the Alton Central School.
Our program is not exclusively $5.
Right.
It's a Barnstead program. We're not allowed to give gas vouchers or to pay health or to do anything. We have to think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to be. Especially much gas.
Thank,
So I'm gonna ask Heather to exit. And I'm here again for another matter. So I'm here regarding the letter that I sent you on August 23rd. I was just really disheartened and upset over this Facebook message that I got, and I wondered if you received that letter that I
okay,
sent.
yeah, but the board hasn't talked about that,
Okay,
and that's not on the agenda, so.
are you
I
gonna
don't
talk
think we can
about it and
discuss
get back
that
to
right
me?
now. Correct? I'm sorry?
Say that
yeah.
again?
We can discuss it and get back to you.
Yeah, because
Um,
I just,
I do have one question in reference to, it's in reference to the letter.
mhm.
How did you associate one with the other?
Say that again?
How did you associate the emojis with the Who property? I mean, there's
Well,
no connection there that I'm
well,
aware
when
of.
I talked to Karen on the phone the day before,
Yeah,
she had told me the police chief was in her office and told me that the police chief was interested in the whole property and wanted to use it.
okay, well, that still doesn't prove anything.
It doesn't prove anything, but it just was, and as I stated in my letter, it was a coincidence.
Okay,
And I couldn't prove anything, but it was a coincidence.
all right.
So.
Yeah,
it-
we'll discuss that. The board doesn't even, I haven't even, I've also saw it with via email. So we haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. And obviously, we're not gonna be able to talk about it tonight.
Okay, is you gonna get back to me on that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I hope you hear from me.
All right.
On Priscilla Teti. Hi,
Hi, Priscilla.
regarding, I spoke to Kyle this weekend and told him about the voting being up at the school. Cause he usually sets everything up for you guys.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
he said he's really not interested at all in doing that. That's too much for him to do after work to bring everything up to the school and everything else. He won't have the time.
All right, okay, does Nancy know?
It's a lot. I don't know. Nobody has contacted him. He had no idea. And
Okay,
he said no way he could do it. It's a lot of work.
all right, well, I
So I-
appreciate the heads up on that.
Yeah, I told him I'd tell you. He's got 2 jobs going right now, so he's really not going to be able to do it.
All right, we're gonna have to work through that one because we're having some problems with how we're gonna get everything up there for starters.
Yeah,
We
I
might set it up.
imagine.
So we're probably looking at some kind of trailer or something of such that we can load up, bring it up there, keep it there. But
Yeah.
thanks for the notice though, okay? Because if we didn't find this out till the night before, that'd be a
Right,
problem.
right. All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. We get anybody else online? Anybody else have anything else? Okay. All right, so the next meeting's at when's the next meeting?
September 6th.
Is it September 6th? Okay. No meeting September 13th. All right, we do have a non-public.
You're gonna close public input.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna close public input 6:11. And we do have a non-public, right? And that is personnel.
Under the
I need a motion, go into non-public for RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral number 2C.
So
So
move.
moved. I'll second.
Roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye.
There he is.
Diane,
He's muted. Aye.
Aye.
thank you.